Welcome to my channel. I can't even do this. It's been 2 weeks. I don't even know how to do this. Welcome back. Welcome to my channel. I'm Athena. This is my channel, Stitching Goddess Designs. This is a channel about cross stitch and Harry Potter. Okay, it's been a solid 2 weeks. Good Lord. I got my hair cut. That was a little bit shorter than I wanted, but she didn't really ask me like how much to chop off. I was just like, just get the dead stuff off, and apparently that was the dead stuff. But it is kind of like she did some pretty short layers. It's pretty short in the back, so interesting, but whatever. I don't mind. Short, long, whatever, it's hair. And with it being shorter, like I still have this, I always will forever have this straight piece of hair right here. It drives me crazy. But for the most part, the curls rejuvenated without all the fuzzy dead stuff at the bottom. So you guys, I hung some new stuffs. Yeah. I have questions about, somebody was in the comments, and sorry, I don't remember who now, asking me about this. So I think after I do this little introduction, the kids are, ran to go get some food. So as soon as they get back, I'm probably gonna turn this off and eat. And, yeah, I'm trying to see, like, yeah, they're already on their way back. So I thought I'd just do this quick little introduction. I'm gonna have to record this in spurts, because everybody's home. So I have a little bit of stitching to show you. For the most part, I was too fatigued to even stitch. If you've ordered shirts recently, or if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm a little bit behind on shirts. So I have a 2-week processing window for making shirts. Once you pay your invoice, I've got 2 weeks, because shirts are made to order. As soon as you pay your invoice, I order the shirt. A lot of the waiting time is waiting for the shirts to come in. Once the shirts come in, then I can start making them and getting them out the door. Yeah, so I have a 2-week window, and I'm shipping out maybe 3 or 4 days after that window now. So I'm a little bit behind, and I'm trying to be okay with that. I know y'all are so gracious and amazing, and everybody's so patient with me, but it drives me crazy that stuff's going out late. I don't like it. So anyways, I've got a little bit of stitching to show you. I've got some magical haul to show you. I don't think I have any stitching haul. I do have like a stitching adjacent, because I went to Joann's and I got a ton of finishing fabric, so I'll show you all those. And then we'll talk about this. We'll have Would You Rathers, and I have pins and floss giveaway announcements. So yay. But let's see if I can actually get through the stitching before they get home. Let's see how fast I can talk. So let's start with stitching. So, when I saw you last, I believe I was still working on this, and I just finished April's section, or part 4, whatever we want to call this, on Tuesday. Was it yesterday? No. Yes, it was yesterday morning that I finally just finished it off. So it was the word pumpkin, this bat, heart, this cat with boo, I think. No, I think it was the bat and the heart, and then this flower, and then this motif. So finished this off yesterday morning for part 4. So now I'm caught up. I just need to do part 5. Sorry, Nancy, I didn't show the Nancy from the Bougie Stitchers. If y'all don't watch the Bougie Stitchers, you should. But she's always like, pattern first. I didn't show the pattern first. There's a pattern. Praiseworthy Stitches, Simple Gifts Halloween. I'm doing a stitch along for this. Hashtag 12 Gifts of Halloween. Hashtag 12 Gifts of Halloween. Because I have divided it into 12 sections, so it will be a 2024 start and finish. Hopefully. I don't remember where part 5 takes me. Yeah, I don't remember. Can't even pretend to remember. My brain is still mushy. Yeah. So that is where that is. And then after I finished that yesterday, I was still in a bit of a stitchy mood yesterday. And wasn't really able to get up and move around a whole lot, but I was able to like do this. I did get a lot of shirts out when I was talking about shirts being late. I got a lot of shirts done on Saturday and Sunday, and I think I pushed myself too hard Saturday and Sunday because then Monday and Tuesday I was out again. It's a trying to find a balance, and my physical therapist is like, we can't go hard and then nothing, and then hard, like we've got to just do a little bit, so that it's increasing day by day. You increase your tolerance of activity. So you do like to your max and you stop, and then the next day you do your max and maybe an extra 5 minutes, and then your max and then an extra 5. Like you're just like slowly trying to build up your tolerance to life, like literally life. I'm very bad about that though, because if I have the spoons, I go ham. Anyways, I was able to stitch yesterday, and I was so excited for that because I haven't stitched in like 2 weeks, y'all. So I wrote down the 8 WIPGO calls that have been called that I have not stitched. There's 8 of them, because I did February and then I didn't do anything else. So I wrote down those 8, assigned them each a number, just 1 through 8, and then had my son just pick a number 1 through 8, and he picked cryptids. He picked number 4, cryptids. So I got cryptids out. And what I got in was I finished off these moons over here, and then I stitched some border down here, and then I started up here on the jackalope. So it just says jackal right now, but it will eventually say jackalope. This is on PTP Murky that I absolutely love. So yeah, I don't have the actual overall to show you. This is the cryptids stitch along from the Witchy Stitcher. It's a digital pattern, so I don't actually have that printed off to show you the whole thing, but yeah, I will eventually have jackalope in here. So love stitching on it. Part of my stitching time that I had yesterday too, I went through and I floss dropped all of my floss. I love being able to pull out all these floss drops that I get from retreats. It's just so much fun to like get them and think about the people that you've met at retreats and stuff. But yeah, I floss dropped everything so I could stop struggling with the floss and that as well. So that's all the stitching I've done, and they should be here any minute with food. So I'm going to pause, eat, and then I'll take this down and I'll be back. Okay, so I have eaten. My hair is crazy, but here it is. So this entire pattern is by Clouds Factory, and it is the I think it's just called Epic Harry Potter, I think is what we call it. Can't remember. I can't lift my arm that high, so sections. Yeah, I think it's just called Epic Harry Potter, I want to say. This is what got me back into stitching when I first started stitching. Again, I did some birth announcements for my kids when they were born, and then it wasn't until 2018 that I got this and started back into stitching again. And then it was 2019 that I really fell down the rabbit hole. But changes all over the place, learning all over the place. If you get real up close and personal to my stitches, I don't have X's that go all the same way. Oh, hang on. I know they don't. No, like One row goes that way, one row goes that way, one row goes that way. Oh, silly, silly me. Yeah. I didn't know you're supposed to make them all go the same way. Gosh, there's some of these metallic threads are sticking out. Okay, anyways, this like little maroon-ish colors is charted to be a blue, but it's the same exact blue as down here, and it just kind of brought this blue like throughout the whole thing, and I didn't really like that. So to keep Ravenclaw its own, switch this out to maroon color. There's a hole where there's a spot where I ripped a hole in the fabric here. As I had already stitched this in blue and this, and I think I frogged it, and as I was frogging I ripped a hole in the fabric. So I literally stitched a patch onto the back and then like kind of stitched it on. Outline Hedwig because she wasn't showing up very good. I'm stitch this on white fabric. 100% if you do this, do not stitch it on white fabric. There's way too many white details. The Patronus were supposed to be white, but I stitched them in a lighter gray so they would show up. I'm trying to think what else was. Slytherin's thing was supposed to be like black and red in here. I put it black and gray or silver. I changed the Raven to brown and then changed the stitches in here to a brown, which is bronze, because Ravenclaw is blue and bronze. Made it look more like an eagle instead of a raven. I don't really think I changed anything for Gryffindor and Hufflepuff. All this metallic is done in 2 strands of, I think it was like DMC light effects or something like that. It was horrible to work with, and it is throughout. I mean, that gold is everywhere. It's everywhere. Let's see, what else did we change as I went? Changed the Patronuses up. I added Quirrell. I think you can buy him like separately somewhere in Cloud's Factory. He's in a different pattern. So I added him in. Who did I take out? Someone. Oh, I think Hagrid's dragon, Norberta, was there. And so I took Norberta out, is what I did, because then there's a dragon down here. And I know this is the dragon from the task, but I think it was like very similar. And then trying to see what else here, these are white footprints into darker grays into black. It's only charted with like 2 feet here and 2 feet here, and I kind of made it go all the way around so it actually looked like footprints walking through the map. I think as long as I can hold that arm up there. I put all kinds of like squiggly lines in on that gold egg so it looked more like a gold egg and not just a gold blob. What else? And I think it was from this line, or maybe it was the Weasleys. I think it was from the Weasleys down where I went completely off the rails. I did stitch these a little bit differently. I think I put numbers in there where there wasn't numbers before for the decrees. But I think it was on this line when I realized I wasn't going to have enough fabric to finish. I had started all the way up here and worked my way down to here to realize that I was going to run out of fabric. I bought this fabric at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or somewhere like that, and it's just like a roll that I just, you just buy, it's hanging there. It is 18 count this way, it's 16 count this way. So all my characters are a little bit like kind of long and skinnier than you would normally see them stitched somewhere else. I didn't realize that. I bought it as an 18 count. I cut it as if it was 18 count fabric, but because I cut it to length and it's 16 count this way, down here there is like a hair's breadth of fabric down here that I was able to stitch this onto. Of course, this isn't straight stitched either. Don't look at that. This was my first time like sewing something and finishing it. So I got into my Excel spreadsheet and I started making blocks that were like this size, like I put like what the max was this way and what the max was that way, and I just started making blocks for all the motifs, and I started moving the blocks around so that I could position them in a way that I could squish everything together and get it, because I was going to be I think good 3 or 4 inches short. So I squished everything, because you can see how much space there is in between here. And then here we're squished up. And I think that maybe this line of motifs was supposed to be like in between or something. It made more sense to just bring everything up and squish all these motifs in together rather than have them in between. It got, so all of this is charted, but not in the place it was supposed to be charted. And then I started squishing all these together too. I think like in between here versus in between here, there's less spacing, and I cried for days when I realized I was going to run out of space. I took it to my LNS. I talked to them. They counted it and counted it and counted it. And they're like, yeah, it's 16. It's 18 and 16. Like, they were blown away. I made it work though. Snape is the only character that's on here twice. Because he's here and he's here. With the way that character is in the series, I think he deserved to be on there twice. Because I could have took him out up here and then left Noberta here and then put Quirrell there. And I think that is what other people have done as well. But I thought Snape really deserved to be on there twice. So, even though I'm really not a huge Snape fan, he's unbalanced. Not a great character. But I'm an Alan Rickman fan, don't get me wrong. Just Snape was a bully and completely unbalanced. Anyways, he deserved to be on there twice, being the dual agent that he was. So yeah. And then you've got the Deathly Hallows. There's all 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, all 7 of the Deathly Hallows. And then you've got different motifs from different things. I think I don't know. Anyways, there it is. You've got some cats. You've got Birdie Bots Every Flavor Beans, a Howler, a Quill, an Ink. The rat's name is, why does my brain do this to me? Jeremy is yelling at me right now. Scabbers. We got there. So yeah. Chocolate Frog, Flying Car. There's so much on here. Weasley Sweater, The Letter, Butterbeer. There's so much good stuff on this. I love it. But yeah, recommendations. Don't stitch this on white. pick a really good metallic floss that you really enjoy working with, because I mean it's all of this is metallic. This is outlined in metallic. This is metallic. You have these little spots that are metallic all throughout. There's so much metallic stitching in this. And double check that your fabric is 18 count both ways, if that's what you're stitching it on. But now my wall feels naked right there. Look at Nagini. Oh, I love her. Okay. I hope that answers all of your questions about that pattern. I know I talked about that early on when I started my Flosstube, but I don't think I've gotten it down and really walked through the tragedy of that piece. After I got it finished, it sat in a to be finished, to be FFO'd for a while. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want anything. I was just like, you're finished, go away. I was so mad. But I can now look at it fondly and have good memories and have bad memories, but they're still memories. And as a lot of my stitching journey is involved in that one piece. Learning how to do all of my X's the same way, learning how to choose my own colors, learning how to recover from a hole in a fabric, learning how to recover from not enough fabric. So much involved in that. Customizations, charting my own things, just a lot. Okay. That is all the stitching I really have to talk about. So let's go to draws. Do I have, where are they? My pins. There they are. I cleaned up in here. What happens when you clean up? You don't know where anything went. Okay. So I have the pins and I have the floss. Okay, so for the floss of the month, for the month of May, we have Gilderoy Lockhart's colors, and Gilderoy Lockhart's favorite color is lilac, and not lavender, but specifically lilac, and not purple, whatever. It's lilac. What do I want to say about this? My brain. Stacy, Thread the Needle Stitchery. Stacy is supplying these to everybody. Thank you so much to Stacy for working with me on this. If you're interested in purchasing this floss color or this floss pack, go to Thread the Needle Stitchery, type in Athena somewhere in the search bar, and you'll get to Athena's Floss of the Month pack. And yeah, not only is this one available, but there are some past ones available as well. I'm just curating them based off of characters, places, things in the Harry Potter world. So let's go to Tiny Decisions. If you were interested in winning this pack from Stacy, you had to say the word Lockhart. And here's everybody. And we have Mrs. Stitches. I'm sure I've mailed to you before, but I'll reach out to you, or reach out to me, because my brain is a literal sieve. And Stacy, give me your information and I will get that to Stacy. Stacy will get the floss pack to you. Also last week we had different house pins from Universal Studios. There's a Slytherin one, and since that's the first one I picked up, let's draw. Guess how many Slytherins entered? 2. Y'all are repeated on here for the sake of the wheel, but here we go. It's one of 2, and I couldn't choose the color, so I tried, but it wouldn't let me. D. Boyce. I think it's Diana? Deborah. Diana. Oh, my brain. Can you message me, if I don't have, just message me on Instagram at AthenaXStitches, and I will get this in the mail to you. Random, these are all upside down, so I don't know who I'm picking up next. Gryffindor. And Gryffindor was number 4. You had to say the number 4, and again, there's only 2. And our winner is Tracy, I will get that in the mail to you, Tracy Daly. Congratulations. And Ravenclaw. I wonder when Universal Studios is ever going to switch Ravenclaw stuff over to an Eagle. It's quite annoying. We had more Ravenclaws. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 5. 5 Ravenclaws. Here's Spinny. Wendy, I will get that in the mail to you. And last but certainly not least is my puffs. And for my puffs, we had lots of puffs. Those are all individual people on there. And spinning, we have... Wait, that's not right. Yes, it is, because you won the floss. I was like, wait, huh? Mrs. Stitches. You know what? I might just have Stacy mail me a floss pack. I never even opened this one. And I'll just mail this with your pin, because that'll be easier. So congratulations, Mrs. Stitches. You won. One from Stacy and one from me. Yay. Okay. And then, what else was I going to do? Oh, comments. Okay. So the would you rather last week was, would you rather be, what was it? It was clever versus, did I mark the page? I hope I did. Would you rather be brave but dim or clever, but not very friendly? That's what it was. And so we have Lynn X Stitches Creates says that she'd rather be clever than brave and dim-witted. Also, she, along with many others, reminded me that 42 being the answer to everything is not from Doctor Who. It's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I knew that. As soon as I read it in the comments, I knew that. But my brain is my brain. Let's see. Audrey, I saved yours for a reason. Yes. Okay. So Audrey says that she suffers from fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, anxiety, and yeah, it totally hates when people suggest what you should do, like go for a long walk, get out into the fresh world, or worst of all, give yourself a shake. There are worse things happening in the world. Yes, we know all that, but yeah, can't get myself out there and go for a walk anyway. So thanks. Super helpful. I'm sorry that you're going through that, Audrey. But I don't know. Smile and tell him thank you, and then ignore him completely. Floss Flurry says, as a grandmother who lost a grandson to suicide, always happy to hear that suicide awareness is being promoted in school. Thank you for playing a part in that. Yeah. I'm so sorry. So very sorry. But yes, we, this brings me and reminds me to talk about May. Welcome to May. I haven't talked to y'all in the whole month of May yet. But May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health awareness or mental health, just talking about it, bringing it out into the open. It's not taboo. We're talking about treating diabetes. We're talking about treating cancer. We can also talk about treating depression and treating, bipolar and treating suicidal tendencies and suicide ideations, and just, we can talk about those things. We can. It doesn't have to be taboo. It doesn't have to be awkward. It can just be a conversation. It just needs to be out in the open and a conversation. And in promotion of all that, Candy, the 614 Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram, has been promoting, I think this is year number 4 of the mental health awareness cell. Candy, I'm so sorry. I never remember what it is. Hang on, I'm going into Instagram as we speak, because I'm sure that Mental Health Care Sal. There it is. Hashtag Mental Health Care Sal. And if you have something that you're working on that it speaks of mental health care or something of like that, even if it's something that just brings you joy and helps with your own personal mental health care, stitch on it, use the hashtag. We need to bring mental health care out into the open. It should be available to everybody. I don't think that we would have nearly as many heartbreaking tragedies as we do if we had better access to mental health care. That's a podium I will always stand on. Along with that, I have partnered with her to bring you the mental health care t-shirt. Can you guys literally see my brain is smoking? It's literally like neurons trying to fire and it's not happening. So the shirt, good gravy, hold please, the shirt, because I'm gonna pop a picture in here, but okay, let's just put a picture here. Mental health matters is what the shirt says, and then underneath you can have up to 5 colored hearts. You choose the 5 colors that speak to you. So there's 15 different colors, 15 different disorders, and you can choose up to 5. That's what I'm trying to say. 5 different colors to be represented on your shirt. If you see, if you can think of a color that I don't have represented, which I try to represent all the colors, but if you could think of a color that I don't have represented, or for a disorder that I don't have represented, again, there are way more than 15. Reach out to me, message me, email me, and let me know. We can come up with a different color, or you can choose whatever color and you can say that that's what that color represents to you. So you can choose up to 5 colors. You can choose no colors. You can choose 1, 2, whatever. The picture that I was going to show you here has only focus. Not going to focus. It has only 2 hearts. So you can see it does look good with 2 hearts. It'll look good with 1 heart. It'll look good with 5 hearts. However you want to do it. It'll look good with no hearts. Mental health matters. It's, you know, it's to the point. And then we've got the needle sewing. So I worked with Candy to create this design and bring this design to y'all, but also 13% of the proceeds are going to an organization here in Kansas City called Speak Up. It is a organization run by 2 moms that have lost their teens to suicide, and now they run this organization and they go into high schools and even middle schools talking about suicide awareness, mental health awareness in the schools here in Kansas City. So that's something that touches me and my family personally, and 13% because my son's birthday is on the 13th of his month, and that's why we're doing 13%. So all of that to talk about May. Mental Health May. Thank you so much, Floss Flurry, for bringing that up and allowing us, you know, yeah, it's an important topic. Okay, let's keep going. Amanda Stitches. Back to the would you rathers. I'd rather be clever and not very friendly, because sometimes being not friendly is needed if people start crossing those boundaries. Yep. Pumpkin Creek Primitives. This is a throwback to would you rather. The previous week was alpacas and herding alpacas versus herding sheep. And a lot of people went with the sheep because alpacas are just so mean and they spit and they kick and all these things, right? So Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitive, said, so Google is telling me that alpacas are very friendly and llamas are the spitters, kickers, and refuse to move and lay down and all the things, very camel of them. So let me know if you, I'm like, I didn't do research either which way, but I didn't think alpacas were super mean. I felt like everybody loves alpacas. Wendy Paslant said, She'd rather be clever and not very friendly, but clever enough that I can hide my indifference from all those pesky muggles. Love it. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna save yours, Jeremy. Allison Bergoni said, "Well done on the pronunciation. Look, it's just boom. It's just coming right off." Allison Bergoni. Is it Bergoni or Burgoyne? Dang it! I was so confident. Now I'm questioning myself. Well done on the pronunciation of her surname. Burgoyne. I think there's no E at the end. It's just Burgoyne. Okay. She says she is in the UK. Surname is French though, and over there, I don't actually have any Smarties. Smarties are like chocolates with a bright colored hard sugar shell. That's like M&Ms. I feel like they're similar to M&Ms. I want to say Smarties are maybe a little bit bigger and a little bit flatter. Smarties here, I would show you because I had a pack of 500 million Smarties thanks to Lynn. But I finally did eat them / get rid of them all. They come in like a little roll like this big, and they're just like they're just straight up sugar, but they're like, it's like a pressed powder almost. As soon as you bite into it, it kind of just crumbles. But they're kind of sweet and they're tart. There's no chocolate involved at all. But it's like, yeah, a sugary powder. Supposedly they have different flavors. I feel like they all just taste the same. But yeah, someday I'll maybe get some Smarties and I can show them to you. And then we'll go back to Jeremy's comment. So first of all, Jeremy, I'm sorry. Hopefully today's episode does not take 17 hours to upload, although it is later in the afternoon already. But he says, "You broke my first comment streak by posting in the middle of the night. Now that is some mischief." I didn't do that on purpose. Sorry. Also, he says, "Would you rather clever and not very friendly? That's already my default setting, and my intelligence has pretty much been the core part of my identity for so long that I wouldn't know what to do if I was a reckless Gryffindor." What else? There was something else. Okay. The L-shaped spell, that's pretty much a right angle. I'm going to go and say that's Expelliarmus. Yes. And then he says, "OMG, the way my heart stopped with the great pinfall of 2024. They are all okay." I love that you're the only one that commented on that, because my heart stopped too when they fell like that. They're all okay, actually hanging up on the wall. So yeah, and then I had to click, thank you for timestamping. He timestamped, that's Godric Gryffindor, not Gilderoy. I was showing the Godric Gryffindor pin, and for whatever reason, my mouth and brain said Gilderoy Lockhart. And I was like, did I say that? And he included the timestamp. Thank you very much, Jeremy. And I clicked on the timestamp, and I sure enough did. My brain. Okay. And that's it for the comments. So, would you rather this week? I didn't have a whole lot of answers on the would you rather from last week. So let's see what we got this week. Yeah, there's the alpaca and the sheep. So then we're gonna go with get stranded on an island or lost in the middle of the woods. Ugh. I mean, okay, like if you get lost in the middle of the woods, my eyes watering. I feel like, I mean, you can keep walking and you can eventually get somewhere, right? I mean, you just keep walking. But when you're in the middle, like, middle of the Appalachians, like, or even like the places up in Canada, and like, you could be walking for like over a year and still not get to somewhere. Like, especially if you don't follow the same path, which you eventually will walk yourself in circles and stuff like that if you don't have a compass. Ooh. An island, there's nowhere to go. You're stuck. Even I'm like, you can try to swim out into the ocean, but that ain't gonna get you anywhere. I feel like with an island, there's a sense of, ooh, I know I'm stranded and nobody's gonna find me. If you just like, you know, crashed in the middle of the mountain somewhere in the woods, I'm thinking of that, what was that show called? Yellow Jackets? Did anybody see that? Yellow Jackets? They landed in the middle of the woods, like crash landed. Like, okay, but you can eventually like get to people somewhere. There's hope. An island, I feel like there's probably going to be less resources available. I'm going to have to say the woods. I don't want to do either, but I mean, that's the point of Would You Rather. There's two horrible options that you don't want to do, but I'm going to say the woods. I feel like there's going to be more resources available, and yeah. You could hopefully find fresh water. Finding fresh water on an island, I mean, being surrounded by water, that's horrible, knowing you can't actually use that water. Yeah. I'm going with the mountains. Woods, whatever. Yeah, so would you rather be stranded on an island or lost in the middle of the woods? That's our Would You Rather this week. Okay, I have some magical haul I'm gonna show you. You guys cannot with how cute these are. I got some mystery packs from Five Below, and I got bitty Funko Pops. First of all, they're like an inch with a box, and then so they come in like what would be the whole makeup of a Funko Pop box, right? And then they pop off the bottom, and they're screwed to this little stand on the bottom. Oh, look at him, he's so cute. So I got a duplicate Draco, but there's my Voldemort. There's my Draco. I got 2 of him. I got Nearly Headless Nick, and his head is on there all wonky, like he's holding it up. And I got Bellatrix. I love her. I love her so much. Does she have her wand? Yeah, kind of a little bit, but you can't really see it. She's so tiny. Those are so stinking cute. So stinking cute. I cannot. I also got these little mystery box things that I can't open now. And I think I had got one of these before, and I showed you all the different options that you could get. So I got Hedwig before, and now, if I could do this without tipping him over, I have Neville, but like, oh, I tipped him over, darn it. But he's Neville as like, when Hermione does the spell on him, Petrificus Totalis. Yeah, so he's kind of propped up on that little thing. Of course he falls over. And then the other one I got 2 of him too, which these duplicates are irritating me. And then the other one I got was Dumbledore. Oh, cannot, even with the falling over, it's driving me nuts. Look, there's a little scene behind him, the hospital room with the candy. This is easier. And there's Dumbledore with the Bertie Bott's Airy Flavor Beans. So, there you go. Also, I got another pin. So, I have the Voldemort pin that I was gifted at a retreat. I believe that was it Megan? Thinking that was Megan. But I got myself the Dementor. It's just like all silver metallic-y, And I absolutely love it. And these are actually pins. So it has 3 pins, but it also has a prop too, so that it will stand up. And he can live, well, you know what? He's gonna be propped up a little higher. There we go. He can live right there next to Dumbledore. I mean, Voldemort. Okay. Also got myself this book, Harry Potter, Destroy the Horcrux, Rips, Tear, and Shred This Book. So, this whole thing is an activity book. So, I was in the library the other day in the restricted section. I read something rather odd about this rare bit of magic. It's called, as I understand it, a Horcrux. So, there's different stuff in here. And then we've got smear ink on this page. Drip water on this page. I don't know what actually happens if you do the things that it says to do. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Use a pen to scratch out every word on these pages. Okay. I don't know why. Drop this book from a great height, Wingardium Leviosa. Soil this page with dirt. I don't... in this book, imagine you're destroying Horcruxes. Use your pens, kitchen sink, fingers, and more to shred this book. Just as we see Harry employ magic to end Voldemort. That's kind of the point, I guess. So the whole book, it's like telling you how to destroy every page, the whole thing. So now that you're a pro at destroying this book and the Horcruxes in it, place it somewhere nice and on display. So there you go. I thought that would be a fun book to have and we'll actually look through. And maybe if I'm having some aggression some days, I'm like, maybe let's go ruin a book. I also got this Hogwarts Magic Activity book for myself because I'm a 2-year-old and I don't care. Includes a pencil topper. Here's a pencil topper. And in this book, first of all, we've got stencils at the back. We've got stickers, but then we've got like their activity pages. So, yeah. I'm a child, and I don't care. So I got those. That's my magical haul. I think those books were from Amazon. Some of this was from Five Below. Some of this was from, what's the other place called? Hot Topic? Yeah. I was on a buying frenzy one night in the middle of the night. I think that was the night I had the steroids and I was up all night and I couldn't sleep. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Okay, here's some fabric that I bought because I never seem to have like the right fabric that I want when I'm finishing. So there's some oranges. I got lots of blues. These are all just fat quarters that I grabbed off the shelf at Joann's. They were all just $2 a piece, so I was like, okay, I'll just take them. That's good. I'll just take a whole bunch of these. This one is, it's more purpley than reddish brownish. Wouldn't show up on the other cameras either. I really love that one. Got some fun browns. Nice plaid. Brown. A lot of browns. I got a whole bunch. Like a whole bunch. Some black plaid. Gray. This one. Oh, you just got white fabric? No, I didn't. Look at that. It's very subtle. Some blacks, some grays, some more blacks, some more grays. I'm still going, folks. Pinks. Really love these fun ones. That one's fun too. More corally than pink. Pink. That one's really pink. And then we have greens. I accidentally grabbed 2 of these. I was really trying hard not to duplicate because they were kind of spread out all over the place, but I ended up with one duplicate. Oh, well. Really was loving that. You could tell I bought it in multiple colorways, so hopefully I'll be FFOing some stuff with some fabric. And I'll have the shades that I want, because that was my friend's response, was like, yeah, all that fabric, and then you're gonna go FFO something, it's not gonna be the right shade. I'm like, listen. Nope. I really think that's it. Going to continue trying to work on some of these WIPCOs, but actually I got a big shirt delivery in while I was eating, so I am going to work on some more shirts the rest of the night tonight, I think, and more stitching tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, thank you everyone for all the shirt orders and all the support. Website is up, and the mental health shirt is up for the entire month of May. So if you're interested in that shirt, go head over to the website, get that shirt. And I did have a Harry Potter shirt on sale for one day last week. If you grab that shirt, yay, thank you so much. I am going to have May shirts on the website as well. I do not have them up just yet. I feel like I want to catch up and get current on my orders before I start adding more. Shocker, right? But yeah, so hopefully next week. I was thinking like probably this week, but I don't think it's going to be this week. I think it's going to be next week, maybe. So I think that's all I have for you. Oh no, wait, I have Nico's fact. I have Nico's fact of the week. He just came downstairs, let this one out, let it drop, and then got something to eat and went back upstairs. I'm like, okay. I made sure to write it down on my phone. Green Eggs and Ham has only 50 unique words in it. In the entire book, there's only 50 words. Someone wants to go verify that, by all means. I did Google it. Google does verify that, but I didn't actually go count the words myself. So, I'm looking around. I'm looking. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Okay, so I've rambled enough. I was gonna let's just do this a little bit. I had my infusion on the 1st. Leading into my infusion, I was a little okay, but a little fatigued. After my infusion, I tanked, completely tanked, 100%. Like, and then we had some family stuff that was happening too, that was taking all of my spoons to deal with that, and so there was no, like, and my infusion was on Wednesday last week. That's why I wasn't here last week. I was hoping to have had my infusion in the morning, come home, recorded for y'all. I don't know why I think the things I think. That was not possible. And then just the fatigue and exhaustion hit a whole new level. And then headaches, migraines have been kicking my butt. So I finally broke down and had an appointment with my neurologist, who specializes in MS and migraines, so that's perfect. And I did my first migraine appointment with them, and now that I'm established as a migraine patient as well as MS, they can see me for both when I go in, which that's good. But yeah, I got gonna start doing some preventative injections, as well as some acute treatments when migraines happen, and some pills, and I don't know, but she did say it's kind of a long game, because it can take 2 to 3 months for these things to see benefits, so we need to wait that long before we switch to something else. So it's just a matter of like finding the things that work and then sticking with them. I went and had that appointment on Monday, had an injection, and then that night had a migraine. Again, it's a preventative. It's supposed to take months to work. So, but also Monday night was the night of the storms and everything that came through. We did have our sirens went off around 11:30 at night and ended around midnight. We're all safe here. No damage or anything. I saw it like yesterday or today where there was definitely an F1 tornado that touched down about 10 minutes, about 10 minutes south of us, and then it kind of moved up and to like close to I-70, so maybe about 10 minutes to then 5 minutes from us is where it ended. Kind of scary close, but luckily not here. I did wake up when the sirens went off and went downstairs into the basement and chilled down there for about a half an hour until it was over. So, yeah, it's just crazy, these storms that we've been having. But I don't know if the storms are the causes of the migraines. I don't know if it's the MS. I don't know if it's a combination, all the things. The doctor did mention perimenopause can also start bringing on, hormones can start bringing on headaches as well. So I don't know. We shall see. And you can tell like the sun keeps coming out and then going away, coming out, going away. So I don't know if we're going to have storms again tonight or not, but anyways, okay, for sure. I'm done rambling now. I will see you guys all next week. So thank you so much for coming. Hope you like, subscribe, do all the things. And hope you have a very magical stitchy week. And for now, mischief managed. Bye.